All right, hey, thanks for joining us here on TurnLeft TV. Just doing some testing here. It's been a while since I've done a broadcast, and some things have changed. There's been an update to R Factor 2, as well as a new version of OBS that I had to download. Plus, just trying to be practiced up again. You know, it's like playing golf, man. You lay off for a little while, and then you got to spend a little bit of time getting back into it. A lot of balls in the woods. But we got a big race coming up on Tuesday. Take a look at the banner here now. I got the practice on the banner. But coming up on Tuesday, Sim Racing Mania kicking off their first race of the HyperCar World Series Season Championship at Sebring. 60-minute race there, and transition day to night here in that 60-minute time frame. You get that entire transition from different times of the day, so light to dark. So it should be an interesting one. And these hypercars are great. These McLarens are just fantastic. So excited to be back and broadcast some races for Sim Racing Mania coming up this Tuesday, 14 January. Definitely want to check in. Starts out, that would be 4 o'clock Eastern time. 7 o'clock is when the practice starts for 7 o'clock British Standard Time. The racing actually starts at 9 p.m. British Standard Time, 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time here in the United States. I'd always appreciate people coming out and checking out TurnLeft TV. I'm your host, Heath Johnson. Having a little fun here, testing some things out, do the side-by-side. Now, one thing you'll notice that's missing here is the driver name. That is a feature that was really given to me by an overlay that was given to me by Studio 397, the makers of R Factor 2. And right now, after this last update, it is not working. They know that is a bug right now, so we're waiting on that. So we're just going to have to sort of talk you through it and figure out who we got in each window. Of course, we got the same driver here in this window. Let's see if we can't change over in the top left one there. We got Richard Brooks in that top left one. And then Javier Conti, I believe, is in the one on the bottom, or the one on the right. So that's an unfortunate downside right now of what's going on with the update, the UI update, the latest update since December. And that's how long it's been since I've broadcast a race. I mean, I really have not done anything since, I think, some late models work with Happy Hour Racing League. We've got some exciting things coming up this week with them as well. A new car coming out for those guys, and a Whelen modified race at New Hampshire I'm going to be doing on Thursday for them, so you'll definitely want to check that out, man. Brent Owen has been doing a great job getting the Whelen modifieds ready to go, and you will not be disappointed, believe me. Might be able to throw up a little teaser for that. Sure, the track overlay is working. I'm going to have to work on that a little bit. This is something I've gotten off of Wikipedia. Make that a little bit more snappy. We'll take a look at the schedule here in the Sim Racing Mania HyperCar World Series 2020. 60-minute race starting off at Sebring this Tuesday. Laguna Seca. Oh my gosh, man. These guys are gluttons for punishment. Coming up on 21 Jan. Daytona Road Course. What a great course that is on 28th of January. Suzuka on 4 February. You see Mount Panorama. I don't think I've ever been on that track. So it'll be interesting to see how that one works out on February the 11th. Slovakia Ring, man, how about that one? That's a great track on 18th February. Portimao, not sure I've been on that track either. I have been on Imola on March 3rd, but Portimao, another one of those that I'll have to get out there and do some laps and see what that track's like on February 25th. So finishing out the season in Imola. I don't think it's the Studio 397 version of Imola. I know that one was recently released. But nonetheless, this is a great track too. So some very interesting road courses on this schedule here for a Sim Racing Mania. Make sure our link to YouTube, as always, thanks so much for coming in and checking out the YouTube channel. If you like what you see, please hit the thumbs up button. Send these links to your friends. You can share my videos anywhere. You can share YouTube videos. Also, if you haven't subscribed, I encourage you to do so. Click that subscribe button and then the little bell. That's the subscribe button. If you'd like to make a donation to YouTube through the YouTube channel through PayPal, you can do so by clicking on the link up in the banner of this channel and donate to my channel. So thanks so much for all your support coming out, checking out TurnLeft TV. So if you notice the time clock that I have up there at the top, that's actually one that I've tweaked. I am running another program to get that taken care of. And of course the standings tower off to the left is the same program. I've just modified some things or created my own things. But fortunately I don't have to rely on that standings tower anymore from Studio 397 or the session time. Those things simply aren't working anymore, so until they get something figured out, I suspect they're probably working on a legit, sort of broadcast UI type thing, some features there that are a little bit more snazzy. Get an idea of what this car looks like now that we're getting a little bit closer to daylight, I think. Or maybe we were just going down the bright portion of the track. From a broadcast perspective, I'm okay with night races. I guess they're not really my, it's fun. You don't see the cars as well. But this one transitions, so that's an interesting mix. See if we got some music here and turn it down just a little bit here before we get it rocking. Said I was going to turn it down, didn't I? Oh, we got our first chatter in here. FSM is God. I think I know who this is. I don't disagree. HyperCars, all McLarens here. And, these cars just flat out get it. I was driving around. As a matter of fact, I love Sebring. It's a great track. I was flying around in these cars just to get a feeling for what they handle like, what they feel like this track. I mean, I've driven this track so many times. But I wanted to get an idea of what it was like to get around this place in this HyperCar. Wow, man! Kind of got the Indy car. You know can kind of put this thing anywhere you want to put it, and you can roll up through the gears pretty quickly. So going to be interesting, man. I think you're going to see, just like we did with the GT3 cars, you're going to see a lot of aggressiveness here. You know, the thing that's sort of not on, you know, the Sim Racing Mania is not going to have to do each and every race is put ballast in the cars, because when you go back to thinking about the GT3 cars, those cars, I mean, a BMW versus a Porsche versus a McLaren, those cars all had their unique capabilities, and that's what you would expect of GT3 cars. But, you know, we obviously saw there were some cars that, like the Aston Martin and the Porsche, those two cars seemed to be sort of rising above the field there as far as capability was concerned. Some of the other cars had a little bit, you know, needed a little bit of help there, so they put some ballast in those cars to sort of even them out a little bit. You're not going to have to see that here, because all these cars are the same. Aside from the paint scheme and the driver behind the wheel, they're all the same. I would also say that the setup's going to be different too. You know, one person's setup is going to be a little bit different than another. I know these guys do a lot of sharing of setups, but you know, the question is, do you share your best stuff? Again, we'll take a look at the side-by-side. Really kind of bummed out that I don't have the driver name come up with the driver anymore until they fix that. That's a little bit of a bummer there, especially here, where that, you know, it really helps identify who's who in each of those screens. We can switch to. Javier there in both screens, and then Jurika Slobonak in the bottom right screen. Our podium scene is working. This is from, this isn't going to be the case necessarily. These are the GT3 cars, but I just want to see if this is working for me, because I've had to make some adjustments here. Yeah, so that seems like that's working okay. That'll come in handy there. I might have to update that podium. This graphic I got offline. But always trying some new features. We have Salvatore Zitello. Well, again, coming up this Tuesday, Sebring, 60-minute race in these HyperCar World Series cars. Should be a great one, man. I think we're going to have a massive field. You might see 40 drivers out for that race. I know they have a ton of people signed up, so should be a great one. You always see some big fields here, too. We've seen nothing short of 25 or more in each race, so with that GT3 series. And I suspect you're going to see that many, if not more, in this HyperCar World Series. Sebring's a great track, so that's definitely going to be one that's going to be high on everybody's list, man. Well, that's going to do it here for this testing session. Thanks so much for coming in and checking out the stream. Tune in on Tuesday, 4 p.m. Eastern Time, 9 p.m. British Standard Time for the first race of the season. Kicking it off at Sebring for race number 1 in the HyperCar World Series. Sim Racing Mania in action this Tuesday. And as always, I'm out of here.